It is my sole goal in life to get extremely rich just so I can buy a very, very expensive niche car. I don't know, like a McLaren. I don't know anything about cars, but to get a car like that. And then when the car guys approach me asking questions, I know nothing about the car that I'm driving. Like they'll be like, wow, like what model is this? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, what? And I was like, oh, I just thought it was like a pretty color. I just liked it a lot. And to see the rage that comes across their face, it would ruin their whole fucking day to see some blonde girl not know anything about their dream car. Like that would bring me so much joy. Like imagine they're like, yeah, what's the horsepower on that thing? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Sorry. I'm like, I drive automatic. Why would anyone drive manual? I don't get it. Like, it's stupid.
And these are things that modern women tend to say before hitting the wall, right? When they're still young, still attractive, still youthful, still think that they have plenty of time on their hands, still think that they own the world and always will. They tend to come at you with a lot of this ego, this haughtiness, this self-indulgence, this pride in themselves, right? It's not until after they hit that wall and they start losing the attention of men that they magically just start becoming a lot nicer, a lot sweeter, a lot more agreeable, a lot less quarrelsome, a lot less of a biatch, and just more reasonable, right? And unfortunately, some don't even do that. They just continue to act out like this, and they just stay single forever and ever, and just continue to live out this very, very angry existence where they hate men. And obviously, I mean, even in this girl's TikTok rant, and I've covered a few of her other videos. She clearly has a hostility towards men. Basically, it's baseline misandry at this point. I mean, if the fact that she is willing to spend her time, I mean, this is literally a goal of hers, and she seems to get a sick pleasure out of this, even the thought of it, a sick pleasure out of wanting to make a bunch of money, not for the purpose to better her life or to better the life of her family, friends, or people in need out there, but instead use that wealth, use that money to buy a car that she knows nothing about, go to a car show that's filled with car enthusiasts and gearheads like myself, and talk about how she knows nothing about the car and she just bought it because it's a pretty color. And hopefully anger men, and then get a kick out of it, laugh about it, get like some sick joy out of seeing men get upset about that or get angry about it, which they wouldn't, by the way, because I'm a gearhead. I go to a lot of these car shows. I go to Cars and Coffee all over California. I go the main one I go to is South OC Cars and Coffee. That's the biggest one that I go to, by the way. I've taken my Corvette there. I have my 65 Vet. I've also I've not yet taken my DeLorean there, oddly enough, but I've taken my Vet there a lot. But I also go to Cars and Coffee in the Bay Area, where I'm from originally, and that one I usually bring my DeLorean to. But there are a lot of girls there too that some guys bring, right? They'll bring their girlfriend or their wife, or maybe if the guy's old enough, he'll bring his daughter. And the daughter really doesn't know anything about cars, or she might be asking a lot of questions that are, they're not dumb, but they're just very novice questions. Nobody gets mad, right? And this is where this girl is totally self-projecting her own, I mean, it's clear, well, let me get this out of the way. Clearly this girl's a narcissist, right? Because one of the key traits of a narcissist is they self-project. They think other people are like them. They cannot separate themselves from other people. So they tend to think that those ugly qualities that they see in themselves is what everybody else has. Basically, if that makes sense. So she's thinking that she is going to get this car, go to this show, and anger all these men because she's not going to know anything about the car at all, and she's just going to buy it so they could all just kick themselves and eat crap because this stupid girl doesn't know anything about the car she bought. No, I've never met a single dude like that at these car shows, and I've met thousands of these guys over the years that have ever treated any woman there with disrespect because she didn't know anything about the car, right? If anything, like if the woman, like if somebody engaged them in a conversation, male or female, like, hey, tell me about this car, they would do it just because they're, you know, they're generous like that with their time, right? Just like when I go to a car show and people ask me about my Corvette, you know, they're like, what year is this? I'm like, 65. They're like, where'd you get this from? I'm like, the original owner. They're like, wow, that's crazy. Is this the original miles? I'm like, yep. And then they ask like, you know, just questions about the model, the engine, stuff like that. And, you know, even people who don't know anything about Corvettes, I'm happy to answer. Even with my DeLorean, right? People ask me a lot of questions about the DeLorean. People make a lot of comments that are factually untrue about the DeLorean. And I don't sit there and, you know, get like steam up because they don't know what they're talking about. Instead, I'm very welcoming, and I'm like, oh no, it's, and I try to educate them, right? Because I'm knowledgeable about the car, so I own it, duh, right? So I try to educate them as best as I can, just like when I ask other dudes about their car, and I don't know, they try to educate me, and I'm okay with that, right? Because that's how mature, healthy, mentally sane people communicate with each other. Okay, we communicate with each other like adults. We're not these juvenile children that are still suffering from childhood trauma, where we're angry at our parents and we hate our, you know, we hate our dads or we hate our moms, and we're gonna go out there and purposely like waste our time trying to get rich so we could buy a car and show up to some car shows so we could make people angry that we don't know anything about the car that we bought. Really, you know, and this is why I say she's self-projecting, because most people wouldn't care, right? Most people would be like, oh, cool car. If you don't know anything about it, they'd be like, cool car anyway, you know? And if you ever, you know, and if they're knowledgeable, they'll be like, if you ever want to know about it, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to, you know, I'm happy to tell you all about it, and you could share these stories. I mean, they will actually be giving and generous of, again, their time to try to help you understand. Not everybody's a piece of shit like you are, where they're out there just trying to make people angry, you know? And this chick she's just a piece of shit, man. I mean, just listen to her talk. It's like, how can you think that this girl is not next level toxic? That this girl is not suffering from some serious childhood trauma, some serious dysfunction that she has not yet dealt with. Right? Because somebody did a number on this chick, right? Either a family member, her mom, her dad, somebody did a number on her. And this is why I try to avoid dating chicks who have unresolved childhood trauma, because this is how they act. These are they tend to cling on to movements like feminism and leftism and stuff like that. They tend to cling on to these things, right? Because it gives them an identity. It gives them a reason to feel like it's okay to be angry. You know, it gives them something to be angry about constantly 24/7. But it's like, dude, I'm a happy guy. I've got a successful life, great lifestyle. I travel all the time. I've got high value friends in my life. I worked hard to get to where I am, and I'm just a happy guy. I'm positive. I don't like negative people in my life, right? I don't like toxic people in my life, especially women that I date. You know, I don't care how attractive they are. And it's like, if that's how you roll, I ain't rolling with you, right? This ain't gonna work, because I don't want to be around somebody who would do something like that. I don't want to be around somebody who's that childish, okay? That childish. And that, that angry, because this chick, don't be fooled, guys. This chick has anger issues. She has some serious anger issues that she has not dealt with. Again, it's coming from her childhood trauma. I am not gonna allow somebody like that in my life. Okay, I wouldn't even have sex with this chick. Like, say I met her on the strip, because I can identify these things right away. So just by talking to her, I would identify very quickly, because I've been doing cold approach my whole life. I mean, I've approached, thousands and thousands of women over the years. So I can very quickly spot a woman who is dysfunctional and has childhood trauma, unresolved childhood trauma. And there's no way I'm going to hop in the sack with that chick. And just her level of man hating, like hop in the sack with that chick, and then the next morning, like she finds out I'm, this like YouTube pickup artist, and then the next day she decides to try to like screw me over or stab me in the back and be like, no, I didn't consent to that. No, I gotta protect myself, right? I wouldn't do it. I don't care how attracted she looks, and how attracted I am to her. The fact that has this unresolved childhood trauma that is causing her to live in this state of anger, which she is, obviously, right? She's living in a state of anger. She thinks, she's like, even like, she's like in a very evil manner, like laughing at the end, like, like she's just really, really getting off on causing or hoping to cause anger in another person. That she's getting off on that. What does that tell you about her? It tells you that she is sick. Okay? She is sick. And I'm not just saying she's sick, but she's like mentally ill, sick. And I've watched a couple of her other videos. She does have a therapist, but you need more than therapy. Yeah, the therapist is just going to make it even worse for her, because therapists really they're just really like cheerleaders. They just tell you what you want to hear. She needs like somebody she just needs like a life coach or somebody who will tell her what she needs to hear, not what she wants to hear. But the chick is she's damaged to the core, man, and she's barely even 25, I believe, but she's DG to the core, and I don't see her fixing that anytime soon. She's like knee deep in a pile of shit, like a pile of like angry, just state of anger. Right? I mean, like her ridiculous idea to get rich just so she could pull this off is, I'm already rich. That's like me going, hey, you know what? I know all these girls love like Louis Vuitton purses. I'm just gonna buy like the most expensive Louis Vuitton purses that I know like women just go crazy for, and I'm gonna go to an area where a lot of these women congregate, and I'm just gonna start cutting it up with scissors and turning them into paper airplanes, and just to see their reaction. No, I don't do stuff like that. Why? Right? I'm not there to try to upset anybody. I don't get any sick pleasure out of that. I have better things to do, right? I rather work, make my money, build my business, and help my family members, and donate to charities that mean something to me, right? I donate a lot to the ASPCA and other animal charities for animal abuse, because I'm a big animal lover, and I really believe in those causes, and nobody's really helping these like animals that are being abused around the world. So I donate to those constantly, and as a matter of fact, most of, like, if anything ever happens to me, and when it's my time to exit this world, most of my income and my future business earnings are going to go to animal charities, as well as family members, right? But I'm working hard because those organizations mean something to me, and I feel like the harder I work, the more I can contribute to them. The more I can contribute to my family, the more I can help them. I have a lot of relatives who are not doing well financially. The more I can help, send them to better schools and help give them a better life, and give them a head start. I'm thinking about them. I'm not even thinking about me. Right? I'm fine. I'm thinking about them. The last thing I'm going to do is sit here and revert back to like a 5th grade mentality where I'm like that self-centered, and I'm going to get back at all of these like women by buying all of these purses or whatever and cutting them all up in front of them so I could get some sick satisfaction from that. But yeah, this chick, she needs help, man. She needs help. But as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think about her little rant there, as well as my own. Share any comments that you want to share below. Anything that I might have missed, share them below with the tribe. I always love to see you guys, my comments. I always love to read your comments. Always very, very entertaining. So drop those comments below. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here from top of Vegas. As always, guys, make sure to destroy that like button below. Just destroy it for me right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe to my channel. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And for all you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the absolute youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s. The same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are approaching and closing every single week. I kid you not, we're making it happen every single week, no matter what type of craziness is going on in the world, what type of new variant of Moroni is going on in the world, no matter what type of divisiveness is going on in the world, we are still living our lives and continuing to go out there and make things happen and crush it. And I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And it's real easy to get signed up. This is the absolute best way to support my work. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now. And I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out. All right. Just want to share this shot with you guys from my hotel room here. As you can see, we've got the Eiffel Tower right behind me, and it is all lit up. There's actually a restaurant inside the Eiffel Tower, as well as a viewing deck all the way up at the top. So if you ever come to Vegas, make sure you check that out. And then we've got the Paris Hotel right over there. Got Planet Hollywood right there. Got the Cosmo right behind the Eiffel Tower, as well as the Bellagio. And the fountains were on earlier, but right now the fountains are not on because it's pretty late out here, and just out here banging out some coaching videos for you guys. So until next time.